I am a write-in candidate for Illinois Comptroller, and let me kind of start off with a little story actually from the Bible. As you may be familiar with, is the story about the master who had 3 servants who gave talents to them. The first one he gave 5, the second one was 2, and then the third one he gave 1 to. He went away. The one that had 5, he invested it and got 5 more talents. The one that had 2, he also invested and earned 2 more talents. But the third buried his talent. When the master returned, the first one servant went up to the master and said, "Master, you gave me 5 talents, and I gave you 5. I made 5 more." Second servant did the same thing. He says, "Master, you gave me 2 talents, and I earned 2 more talents." And to those 2 servants, the master said, "Well done, my good and faithful servant." For the third servant, though, he came up and said, "Master, I know you're a hard man, but here's your talent back that you gave me." And the master said to him, "You lazy, wicked servant. Couldn't you have at least put the money into the bank to earn interest?" So he took that last talent and gave it to the one who had 10 talents. 3 years ago, over 3 years ago, our state of Illinois had increased our state income tax by 67%. So it went from 3% to 5%. And businesses likewise went from 4.8 to 7%. That was 3 years ago. And the primary reason for that was to pay down the backlog of bills that the state of Illinois owed. And at that time it was, I'm trying to remember the exact amount, but it was something $8 billion something dollars. Since then, 3 years later, and according to, I always forget his name, the spokesman for the Illinois Comptroller, Brad Hahn, he had stated that the backlog is roughly $5.5 billion. And the oldest one is still sitting on the comptroller's desk, dated July 1st. We had 3 years of this tax hike. And after 3 years, after collecting over $18 billion from us, they've only cut into the backlog of bills by a small portion. How many here think it's time to take the job away from Judy Bartopinka as Illinois Comptroller and give it to someone else?
It was long since past time.
Thank you. And I hope that you would think that I'll be one who would be able to take over the reins and help bring the state of Illinois back into financial stability. I do hold the fact that we should allow the state income tax to sunset, the temporary income tax hike. That should all be sunset. You cannot trust our lawmakers to do the right thing with it. So it should be taken away from them. We should return back down to the a lower rate. Let it sunset to 3.7% for individual and 5% for the state, for businesses. This will help attract people back into the state of Illinois and businesses back into Illinois. This will help build up that tax base that will help pay down these bills. Now, with the current tax structure that we have today, as you know, many people are leaving the state of Illinois. Illinois is ranked second in the migration of people leaving the state. And then, along with that, as well, businesses and jobs. So, like I said, I think we need to bring back down the tax rate, and that will bring back the jobs and the people. I'm also in favor of modifying the Illinois state constitution to merge the treasurer position as well as the comptroller office together. This will help save approximately $12 million. I would work with the legislators to help cut down the excessive spending that they have. Illinois does not have a revenue problem, they have a spending problem. And we need to cut down the spending. And also work with the governor in developing a true balanced budget.
Thank you very much. I think you make a good case.
Thank you.
All right,